Cindy, what you doing?
Picking gooseberries.
Huh?
Picking gooseberries.
Gooseberries?
Gooseberries or currants. Some people call them gooseberries, some people call them currants.
I know these are really called currants, but I've always called them gooseberries and heard them called gooseberries. I don't know if gooseberries are actually another type of plant or if they're all the same thing. But they're tasty. Make good pie and jelly. They take a while to pick though.
Yeah.
So after we picked them, Cindy washed the berries, cooked them down, and strained out the pulp and the seeds, and this is all the juice that is left. And then you added what to it?
7 cups of sugar. You bring that to 7 cups of sugar, you bring that to a boil, and then a hard boil where you can't roll it, where it can't be stirred down, and then 1 pack of pectin. And it's usually the other way around. Usually you put the pectin in first, boil it until it boils, and you can't. It's a rolling boil, which means you can't stir it down, and then you add the sugar. This one is opposite. I don't know if I think because it's liquid pectin for a change. You bring that to a rolling boil, a hard boil, for 1 minute, and then you pack them in your clean jars. After I pack them in the clean jars, I got my water bath thing right here with water. I've gotten high tech. I no longer have to use my fingers. I still use and Gary bought me a jar thing. You set this up here, put your jars in it, and then put it down, and you boil that. You bring it to a boil and boil for 10 minutes, and that's the process of it. So after you add the liquid pectin, you do it a full rolling boil, which means you can't stir it down, and you boil it for 1 minute. And then you add it into your clean jars. So once you get all your jars filled, you put your lids and rings on them, and you only, they call it finger tight. You only, and I just give them a tiny bit of crank on them. This is a little jar. I kind of like these little jars because there's always a little bit left. And it seems like these little jars are really handy for that. Plus, they're great to give as gifts. If you have to ship them, they're a little bit lighter to ship. We found a good patch. They'll call them Juneberries, but what they are is berries. And maybe tonight we can go pick some of them. They're almost a tree-like plant, and they're easier to pick. And they're pretty good. They're similar to almost a blueberry in a way. Then, this is my water bath canner. I need to add some more water to it. This is for dinner tonight. I'm going to put it on our grill, and they call it indirect heating.
Ooh.
I'm going to put the charcoals at one end and this at another. And if you guys are around, you're more than welcome to come to dinner. So, go for the dog. I will put this down like that. The water's getting slowly heating it up. That's a hard word to say. So that can get cold. You know, that bird's been quiet all day long until we start doing something like this. I think she just wants to be on the videos.
Yeah, it's obnoxious. It's that yellow one. The gray one's quiet. Then there's Haggard. He's always in the way, aren't you, buddy? Poor old dog. He's 13 now, or gonna be.
Well, what's really bad is we're so used to the dogs that we automatically step over them. We usually don't ask them to move. Okay, our water's starting to get hot. You want to make sure there's about 1 inch of water over the top of them. You put your lid on and bring it to a boil. And this one on this recipe says to process them or boil them for 10 minutes. And a boil is just rolling water or a hard boil. 10 minutes. And after that, I turn the heater off, take the top off. And on this recipe, it says to take the top off and let them sit in the hot water for 5 minutes and then take them out and put them on either a towel or this is made out of wood. It's a really nice cutting board. And you put them on something like this. Don't put them on anything kind of like this because this is cold. And even though it's faked, it's kind of cold. It can actually crack your hard jars. So you have to put them on a surface like this. Put a towel down so that it's a little bit warmer. Or like this one has a finish to it. I wouldn't put them directly on a surface like this. I would put at least one. I'd probably put 2 towels down. And that's it.